Hello, you're welcome back to Project Management Demystified. So this is episode 6 of our PMO, Senior PMO Analyst series. I'm just going through the job descriptions because of a PMO Analyst role with ACCA. So I don't know how you go through job descriptions. I don't know how you prepare for interview, but to successfully prepare for interviews, I would encourage you to go through the job description line by line just to understand what the job is looking for, what the job is asking for. And then you can use that as an input to prepare you for the interview. And that's what I've been going through in the last 5 episodes. And maybe this might be the last episode. Maybe I'll just pick up something else. So in this episode, I spoke in the last episode around the fact that everyone or almost everyone applying for the role will have similar experiences. So they would have been shortlisted because their CV looks good. Their CV would say they've been a PMO analyst in the past and they have done basic day-to-day PMO analyst roles, and that's what would have been coming through, or that's what we've been discussing in the last number of bullet points. So some of the things that will differentiate the successful candidate from the rest of the candidates could be things like, so the next, when they're looking at the person and they're intentional, they know that a lot of people would have been PMO analysts in the past and they would have had experiences. So the previous experience of program resource management and budget control. It is one thing to have program resource management and to show that you have the experience, not just say, I have program resource management. So how have you managed budgets across projects that make up a program? So there could be multiple projects that don't make up a program. A program is driving a strategic direction in the organization. So there could be multiple projects that are within different or separate programs, but there could be projects that come together to form a program. So being able to call that out in the interview could give you an edge, because you know the difference is not, so program is not just a collection of projects. It's a collection of projects that's driving into a strategic direction, what a strategic theme, what the organization wants to achieve in a certain area. And there could be projects that don't fit into that strategic theme and they would follow a different program, or they were part of a different program. And the budget control is something that I've explained previously. Another thing that could make one stand out is to call out how you have managed challenges. And this is not just for PMO analyst roles. So when there's been difficult situations, how have you managed it? How have you come out on the other side and been a better person? What did you learn? How did you bring your team along with you? How did you bring stakeholders along with you? How did you bring people together to resolve conflicts and bringing that out in the interview? That will give you an edge, because that story will stick with the interview panel. So they want someone that's self-motivated. Yes, I can say I'm self-motivated. How can I wrap that in a story and share during the interview? So what are some of the things that I can include? So when has things not gone as expected? How did I pick myself up and pick my team up? How self-aware am I to be able to encourage and motivate my team? Yes, it's one thing to be self-motivated, but we should understand and be aware of the people around you, especially if you're a leader. Even if you're not tagged as a leader, we can all be leaders. It's not necessarily a position. So self-motivated to review portfolio performance. So you're reviewing portfolio performance proactively, and then before senior stakeholders ask, you're putting things in front of them before things go wrong. So you're not just going to them when things have gone wrong. So that's another thing that might help to stand out. Communication skills. I mentioned this in the last episode. So high level communication skills, which can be adapted to for different stakeholder groups and forums. So understanding that the information, the way you communicate to senior stakeholders, the way you communicate to, say, CEO level will be different from the way you communicate to a level below them, will be different to the way you communicate to the level below them. So showing that in the interview, expressing that you understand that, and giving examples of specific examples. So the level of detail I will give my immediate superior, immediate line manager, or stakeholders that are 1 or 2 levels above me will be different from what I'll give someone that's busy and just wants to know the key points. So to stakeholders that are quite senior, I could just tell them what the good news is and what could go wrong, what could happen if things go wrong, and then what are the mitigating factors, what are the things we've put in place so that things don't go wrong, or if they go wrong, how we can manage them. So that when things go wrong, they're not surprised. They've been briefed. But stakeholders that are directly above me are not too senior, not significantly senior, then you can go into a little bit more detail, so they understand the intricacies of what we're getting into. I've rambled on a little bit there. Let me leave it there, and then I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye-bye.